All right, we are here with Exit in the very first episode of the Spotlight series, and we're here with his stormcrane, and he's just going to show us around. So,
thanks for having me.
Yeah.
So I guess this is my entry for Whack, Al's helicopter challenge that he ran not so long ago.
Yeah, that was a good one. I got to join into that one too.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed seeing all of the different approaches to helicopters.
Yeah.
The reason that I built a Skycrane type helicopter, I guess, is that on 454's previous challenge, just previous, his Lego set challenge.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one.
One of the other, that was probably the funnest challenge I've seen for a long time. That one, just a different. It's such a different theme, but anyway, one of the entries into that was a Skycrane, and I've wanted to make one since seeing that. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that was a really cool one. That was the jungle one, I think.
That's right. Yeah, quite a bit smaller than this one, but this one's small still compared to the real thing. So I was looking through different pictures for the Skycrane. I realised it was much too big for the challenge parameters.
He had like a box that he had to build, and all the wheels had to fit within it, and all of that. For those who haven't seen it,
that's right. It had to fit on a helipad. So I came across a picture. I can probably send it to you if you like.
Yeah.
So you can
we'll throw it up on the screen.
It was a picture of a guy that had 3D printed an egg scale S64 Skycrane, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever, so I decided then and there that was what I was going to build. One of the main design points on that though was that the rotor blades are really thick, like really chunky to get the egg scale look. So I knew that was going to be a challenge. Previously I had managed to inject the blade length function, I guess, out of the new rotors into one of the water propellers, one of the new water propellers, and managed to make the blades bigger, even though it's not actually available in the. So I thought I'd try it with the tail rotor part, which I did. It worked great. Managed to get obviously the big, thick, chunky rotors to lock in the shape, and everything else was from there basically. Once I realised that was... Yes, sorry?
That rotor really did turn out really good, and I've not actually seen any other helicopters use this before, so I really love that. I think that's what mainly really helps stand this build out. It's just all the different XML techniques and everything, even just having these big intakes on the sides. It's just really cool little techniques that I've not actually seen on smaller scale helicopters before.
Yeah, I'd spent more time than I care to admit on those on those exhausts. But yeah, dead right, that is the intake part. The ram intake scoop or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But it took a few tries to get that just right.
It turned out perfect.
Yeah. So after that, it was just making sure the glass would work. As I'm sure you're aware, glass is one of the hardest.
Make it mesh all together.
Yeah. There's still some artifacts and a little bit of weird shadows there, but so other than that, going from the rotor, obviously it's only got a one input, which would be in this particular instance the collective. So there's no roll or pitch input into the tail rotor, so I had to come up with something different to actually make it fly. I used an infinite generator to run some water jets really quick. I stole that idea off. Yeah, I stole that off Sergo in the Taipan. If you know the creation, that sort of spaceship looking thing.
I don't think I do. Not off the top of my head.
It's definitely on the front page of most popular of all time.
We'll put a photo up. Yeah,
for sure. So I've sort of backwards engineered that and squeezed it in there. So it's water jets that'll make it all fly.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you run them at greater than 200,000 RPS, then they don't give off any water particle. And yeah, the rest is just 30,000 pieces of XML flying in formation.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's all put together really nice. All of it. It all looks really natural too, and it doesn't look crazily XML'd either, which is nice. A lot of these builds that have like so much XML, they just look overdone. And this is one of the very few I've seen that actually uses so much, but it doesn't look overdone.
No, I agree. You can definitely go too far. The trick is getting it to look as natural as possible.
Yeah. Because it's still got that Stormworks vibe.
Yeah, that's the one, exactly. It's still got to fit the Stormworks aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also gone ahead and made a bunch of really cool little attachments, which we'll go into as well.
That's right. We've got the I built 3. There's a liquid cargo one, a regular cargo one, and the firefighting module there. Yeah. Anything else you want out of all of that?
No, I think that's a good overview of the entire thing. So do you want to actually go into some of the operation and setting it up?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to? We can throw the water module on, and
yeah,
you can take it for a fly. How about that?
Yeah, sure. You'll have to show me what to do.
Right. I'll throw this on. Some people in the comments on the Steam Workshop did say that they were having issues with it, but it's I haven't actually had any problems with it myself. You've got to sort of come in on a bit of an angle in here to. The cart specifically was built to do a 0-point turn, so that you can do
really
this,
get it in there
quite easy. Yeah. It's I think I've already stuffed it up. There's also a sneaky couple of invisible battle cannon barrels down the back here to correct the CFG that you can hit if you're not careful.
Thank God for those, though.
They are a fantastic wee tool. I think we're pretty close there. I'll just get it ahead.
There we go.
Go up.
Oh, we're like right there. A little more forwards, I think. There we go. Perfect. That looked easy enough.
Yeah, a bit finicky, but you get there in the end.
Yeah. It can be done,
take the seat of your
people.
choice.
Let's go on the right. Nice. We got the little button for the door. That's nice. A bunch of people keep putting handles and then they just leave it as the handle.
Yeah, it annoys me that you can't label the handle block.
I know. I wish you could just use it while you were sitting. That would change everything.
It would be great.
Let's
so in this particular build, I just went for super basic, easy to use, sort of straightforward startup procedure is literally just turn the power on, and then the engines, and that's it.
Oh yeah. Power. Got a bunch of lights up here too.
Yep. So I guess generally you'd throw your beacon and your nav lights on, and then anything else to suit.
Perfect.
The auxiliary power is actually electricity power from the infinite generator. So if you do run the battery flat, you're safe. You just flip that switch, you'll go straight back up.
I do that in my builds too. It's nice just compared to having just an infinite generator.
Yeah, 100%. The engines obviously will not run if there's fuel, but the infinite generator won't provide any power at all to any systems if there is no fuel in it either.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
So yeah, it still needs fuel. The engines do run the rotors, which do provide a little bit of lift, and they also run the generators. So
awesome.
They are doing something out there. They're not just there for noise and looks.
Yeah,
that's right. The little stuff in front of us, none of it's really my own work. I can't off the top of my head say where it's all from, but
looks great though.
The main PFD is the primary flight display. There is one that I actually modified a little bit, but other than that, I haven't done much to it. I just threw the plates around on it and put the gauges down the bottom. That was it.
No need in remaking stuff if it already looks nice in it.
That's
Let's
right.
see.
One thing that's sort of like a bit not esoteric, but like harder to know on this is, or harder to notice, I guess, is that if you turn an engine off, so I've just turned off number 2 there, the right-hand engine, the torque on the other engine will come up to compensate. So it will actually act realistically in as far as you kind of go with StormX realism. But, that engine is actually working harder to achieve the same thing as the 2 engines working together.
That's a nice feature.
Which I did like. I did like that a little bit. And those torque dials are just a function of the throttle input to the engine. So whatever the PID's telling the engine is what those dials represent, essentially. So it's a good way of faking that in Stormworks, I think, because there's not much other options there for that.
At least not realistic.
No, that's right. So this will actually taxi on the ground quite happily. I will disengage the brakes there for you, and if you just forward on the side click, which would be W, obviously.
There we
obviously,
go.
probably for yourself.
No, that taxis perfectly.
Yep, taxi, no wheel steering.
Perfect.
I think it'll do a 0-point turn on the ground as well. And you can take...
We'll try not to destroy it before we leave.
So you can do a rolling takeoff or a vertical takeoff in this, obviously, as a helicopter. But if you were to do a rolling takeoff, it'd be taxi up to whatever speed you wish, release the W key, and then just lift off with the collective.
We'll do that, and we'll take the taxiway.
I'm sure ATC will be.
They're gonna love me.
You can carry on.
It's probably fine. There we
go. So you'd release W and then up on the up.
Perfect. Look at that. And now we can just go on our way. This thing does fly really nicely.
I spent so much time fiddling with that, probably a week.
I bet.
Fiddling with the.
Helicopters are just such a pain to do. There's so much more tuning.
And not only that, just the fact that, like, unless you're using a controller, like, you know, an Xbox controller or something, you've got digital inputs only.
I know.
So there's no setting the collective or you know, like, it's just it's either up or down.
I know.
Yeah, you're relying on the up down counter to smooth everything out. But
relies on the systems, but they're clearly tuned very well.
I tried something new with this one that I'd read about on the Maritime Realism group, the MRG Discord. I can't remember who it was in particular, but their advice when tuning a custom gyro is to use the XML wheels that lock the creation in place on a physical plane. So you can attach them and lock out everything except for the axis that you're tuning. So you're not getting any interference at all from anything else. You're only tuning the pitch, or you're only tuning the roll, or you're only tuning the yaw. Nothing else can move. It's just locked there. So I used that for the first time, along with a graphing pit tuner, the workshop, and it was a dream. Like it took not all of the guesswork out of it, but it was great.
I do it the old-fashioned way with a dial and a keypad and go through every single thing like 4 times.
Yeah. That was me up until this creation.
Yeah. So let's try and actually use its firefighting thing. So I've not used it yet. So how do I do that?
Absolutely. So when you connect this module, this in the center of the instrument panel here, there is the 2 1x1s. The lower one is normally, or by default, a downwards looking camera. As soon as you connect something, that screen will come up with something. So you can just toggle buttons on the screen itself, so you can lower the
there we go.
Lower the snorkel there.
Oh, perfect. I love how that
and
looks
then
too.
Yeah, I wish I could have done it as a 2x2 diameter instead of a 3x3. But yeah, I think it fits the overall look of the squished up thing. So
it's super cool. That's what I love about this build. It's so much more like original stuff that I've really not seen in any others yet.
The reason it came about was I was not happy with the thickness of the regular hose like that. The hose is too thin and it looked terrible compared to the real thing.
I know.
It was also the flow rate on it was atrocious. Like you'd sit there for 10 minutes before you'd fill the.
It's so bad.
So
we also have to appreciate how well this thing is hovering here. Like I've not moved at all. That takes a ton of time.
The position hold isn't on either. If you had any wind, it would drift with the wind, but the position hold would hook it up. So as soon as you lower the snorkel, the pumps will start working. So it will begin intaking as soon as we drop it down in the water. We're currently at 35% of our max water level. You can see there at the bottom of that control screen.
Let's not kill us both real quick and look at what I'm doing. There we go, we can see that going up. I don't have any hands on my controls right now either, we're just hovering here perfectly. And let's see, we're at 53, so I'm not going to fill this up all the way. But it seems to fill up pretty nice and quick too, which is nice. So we'll go ahead and do store. What's the arm? Oh, the arm I'm guessing is the use.
Arm will arm the system, so once you arm it, I can do that for you now.
Sure.
It will change to armed, and now using spacebar, the water release will work.
Perfect. Look at that.
So I put as many hose nozzles on there as I could just to get the maximum amount of water particles.
They are a pain.
Coming out the bottom.
I know I had to do that for my search and rescue helicopter, and it's just so annoying to do, and then you lose the pressure, and then it just goes nowhere. At least that was an issue for me. It's like until it was fully pressurized, it was just useless, and it was really bad and really annoying to use. Because I just did not have room.
Yeah, the room was a big issue. The entirety of that tank is full of pumps.
Yeah, it adds up. Now we also have the seat back here. We can control that one, can't we? We can actually control the whole helicopter with this one. I'm gonna go try that.
Yeah, absolutely. You go try that out. Just
let's see. Oh, we got a viewing scope up here too. Oh, I can't see anything through that.
Give me 2 seconds here.
Yep. Ah.
Now you can.
There we go. Oh, perfect. That's really cool. We got a really good view here also at the same time. And the biggest thing that I love is the controls automatically change over. So W is actually going backwards now, which I love.
That's right. So everything works in the correct sense as if you were now the helicopter is essentially turned in reverse for you.
So that's amazing. Until I think about it too much, and then it doesn't make sense, and then it makes sense again.
If you were, I'm sure if you were sitting in the real thing. So in the real thing and in this build, the controls are also reduced so that there's, I guess, less sensitivity.
Oh yeah.
You've got more control.
It is nice.
So it should be a lot smoother to control from down there.
Yeah, I can feel it. I like the use of the spacesuit too, or the controller thing. I forget what this is called.
Oh, the space seat.
Yeah, that's it. So that was easy.
I think it just looking at all of the reference pictures of the actual seat. It's not exactly because you're still standing up and stuff, but the seat back there does have side control looking
it
elements.
Suits it perfectly.
Sort of the same as that. So yeah.
Let's see.
So that's essentially the whole thing.
So let's go ahead and turn this off. We got another door. It looks like back there as well.
Yep, the real SH-64 has a door in the door on the side.
And there we go.
At the rear there.
So that's awesome. I did not crash. This was one take, everybody.
I can confirm that. Totally No guns pointed at me or anything.
No, no. No, so really cool build, Exit. You should be really proud of this. I'm glad we got to do this little video showcasing it a little bit more and getting your perspective on it, and getting to show us it. Anything else?
No, not at all. That's it from me.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.